What if the greatest threat to humanity wasn't a meteor, a supervolcano, or an AI takeover, but something we created ourselves? A force so slow we barely notice it day to day, yet so powerful it can redraw coastlines, collapse nations, and reshape the future of our species. Can humanity actually survive climate change? Or are we already too late? For decades, scientists have warned us that Earth is heating up. But climate change is no longer a distant forecast. It is here, transforming the world in real time. And now the question we face is not, how do we stop it? But can we adapt fast enough to survive what comes next? To answer that, we must explore how bad things can get, how humans may adapt, and whether our future is one of collapse or evolution. Imagine waking up in a world where heat waves push past 55 degrees Celsius, where stepping outside for more than a few minutes can become lethal, where entire cities fall silent as extreme temperatures force people indoors for weeks at a time. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's the direction our planet is heading. Sea levels are rising slowly, then all at once. Over the next generations, the ocean could climb not by centimeters, but by meters, swallowing coastlines and turning some of the world's most populated megacities into flood zones. New York, Miami, Mumbai, Shanghai, Sydney, none are safe. Fresh water is disappearing. Rivers that once fed millions are shrinking. Glaciers that supplied entire countries are melting away. Food systems are cracking. Agriculture is built on predictable seasons, gentle temperatures, and stable rainfall. But now droughts last longer, storms grow stronger, and the rhythm of the natural world becomes unpredictable. Crops fail, food prices spike, and in the most vulnerable nations, hunger begins to spread. Climate change doesn't just heat the planet, it destabilizes societies. It fuels migration, conflict, and political tension. Some countries may fight over water and fertile land. Others may struggle to handle millions of climate refugees fleeing rising seas or unbearable heat. So with all this chaos unfolding, how can humanity possibly survive? The truth is, we are the most adaptable species on Earth. Climate change may devastate the world we know, but could also force us into a new chapter of human innovation. Our cities will evolve. Future cities may be designed from the ground up to survive extreme climates. Skyscrapers coated with reflective materials. Buildings cooled by smart ventilation instead of air conditioners. Green roofs and vertical gardens that lower temperatures. Elevated districts lifted above rising seas. In some places, entire neighborhoods may float, engineered to rise with the ocean instead of fighting it. Other cities may move inland, not as a retreat, but as a rebirth. Our food systems will transform. When traditional crops fail, humans innovate. Lab-grown meat and fish. Climate-resistant crops engineered to survive intense heat or drought. Ocean farming that grows food on platforms far from land. Massive indoor greenhouses controlled by AI, producing vegetables year-round with almost no water. In the future, a single city might grow enough food for millions without needing vast fields. Humanity may also enter a new age of migration. Throughout history, humans have always moved to survive, chasing rainfall, escaping droughts, searching for fertile ground. Climate change may once again shift the map of where people live. Some regions will become too hot, while others, like parts of Canada, Northern Europe, or Siberia, may become surprisingly fertile. Tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions, could relocate over the next century. This would reshape cultures, economies, and the balance of global power. Our energy systems will transform too. Fossil fuels cause the crisis, but renewable energy may help us endure it. Solar panels, wind turbines, tidal generators, geothermal plants. These technologies are not futuristic anymore. They are cheap, scalable, and spreading rapidly. Entire nations may be powered by renewables in the coming decades, reducing emissions and slowing the planet's fever. Clean energy won't solve everything, but it gives us a fighting chance. And then there's geoengineering, The most controversial idea of all. Imagine giant mirrors in space reflecting sunlight. Particles released into the upper atmosphere to cool the Earth. Machines that pull carbon from the air like artificial trees. These ideas are risky. Some scientists warn they could backfire. Others argue they may be our final lifeline if warming accelerates. The truth is, we might eventually need every tool we have. But here's the real challenge. Survival depends not on technology, but on cooperation. Climate change doesn't care about borders or politics. Yet humans do. Some nations have resources to adapt. Others don't. If wealthy countries protect themselves while poorer nations collapse, global conflict will erupt on an unprecedented scale. The greatest danger isn't the climate. It's division. If humanity works together, sharing technology, relocating populations safely, transforming industries, then we can weather the storm. But if we remain divided, the consequences could reshape civilization itself. So, can humanity survive climate change? Yes. But the world we survive in won't be the world we know. The earth will be warmer, the seas higher, the storms stronger. Entire coastlines will vanish. New deserts will form. But humanity, if it embraces innovation and cooperation, can build a future that is different, but still thriving. The world of the 2200s may feature floating cities, controlled climate farms, renewable supergrids, and vast corridors designed for safe migration. A world shaped not by fear, but by resilience. A world rebuilt for survival. Humanity's story has always been one of adaptation. We crossed ice ages. We survived plagues, famines, and disasters. We rebuilt after every collapse. Climate change is the greatest challenge we've ever faced, but it might also be the one that pushes us to evolve into something stronger. The real question is no longer, can humanity survive climate change? The real question is, what future will we choose to build? Starting today,